There's no longer white-collar jobs. They are nowhere to be found. The population is increasing on a daily basis, and the government cannot provide all the needed jobs for the bobbing youths.
In the history of Holy Communion, sir, we've never heard that somebody contacted the deeds from the other person before.
I think, sir.
Not that I mean to undermine polytechnics, they do a good job, but university education is actually more valuable.
Hello viewers, I am delighted to welcome you to this week's edition of Crossfire, reaching you from the Advent Cable Network Nigeria Television, ACNNTV. I am Olusegun Akinola. Right here on Crossfire, we treat controversial topics on diverse issues surrounding the family, church, and the society. As yet another election is drawing near, the topic of who will take over leadership in Nigeria is rising. The youths are, of course, beginning to get agitated. And you will see in our political climate, we notice more elderly people in the position of leadership. In the last elections, we had several young people showing interest in leadership positions all over the country, even up to the level of the presidency. But they weren't successful after the polls. So the question remains, can a young person be a successful leader in the giants of Africa? Are the youths really ready to take over from the old? With me in the studio to do justice to this interesting topic are Arakunrin Femi Adefemiwa. He is a political analyst who, of course, will be speaking for the old. Sir, you're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And also we have Comrade Virgins Onyeze, a political analyst and a youth and student activist, and also a former official of NAS. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Yes, you're both welcome. Well, I think it's quite obvious who is supporting what. Mr. Comrade Virgins will be speaking for the youth. So let me actually start with you so that later on Arakunrin Femi can give us his own elderly advice. So, Comrade, usually when people hear about young people going or vying for political office, the first question they ask is, what experience does this person have? See how young the person is. So don't you think that that is actually a major factor for youths to consider before going or vying for any political office?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I don't think age should be a barrier or limitations to anything a man desires to achieve under the sun. So as for youth being telling us or asking us that will their age or inexperience in doing things be a barrier or limitations to them coming into government,
yes,
I don't think that is actually right, because when you look at our past head of states in their time,
yeah,
many of them get into office at a tender age too. This youthful between 30, 40 thereabout.
Yes, exactly.
I can recall vividly while making my research, I realized Aremu Olusegun Matthew Kikiola Obasanjo got into power at the age of 37, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I believe so.
You look at the likes of Yakubu Gowon, one of my political fathers too, that I look up to in terms of doggedness.
Yes.
I think he got into office at the age of 31.
31.
So what are we talking about? There is a saying that people will tell you that when you get to the job, you learn in the job.
That's true.
So there is no inexperience anywhere. So it is very, very wrong, and I think it's very, very wrong for somebody to tell me that youths are inexperienced in handling political offices and otherwise. So are you telling me they are just good in Togri and the likes? No, sir, I think we can do it. At my age, I have also been included in student unionism, politics, and the rest. Even during the EndSARS, it was being dominated by young Nigerians, articulating things both financially and strategies in mapping out the way the whole protest will be done in a successful manner before they infiltrated us with the thugs and the Fulani people because of their selfish interest thereabout, because it was going on peacefully. These are young Nigerians that took part in this civil right that is called protest, for crying out loud. In my young age, I was also elected the Senate President of the National Association of Nigerian Students in Diaspora, the Republic Axis. While doing all these things, I'm still a young person, for crying out loud. I've led Nigerian students to the extent that even this our borders that was also porous, that we all know that is porous, because then under the ECOWAS charter, you don't need to even pay any money while crossing these borders. But do you know that then when Nigerian students get to the border to cross to the other side, because of the way our educational system is, we'll go to other neighboring countries to study. Getting to the border, you find out that they pay money, they extort Nigerians. But we led protests, and because of that revolution, they stopped collecting money from us. So are you telling me that if you put me in governance, I won't be able to carry out activities of administration?
Okay, let me come to Mr. Femina. Now, you just mentioned that back then, many of leaders who have led Nigeria in the past, they started at a very young age. Gowon in 31, Murtala 37, Obasanjo 39. So why should things be different now? All of a sudden, we are too young to run. We are too young to perform. Why is it different?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think I want to spend the first 1 minute on what I would call conceptual clarification.
Okay.
Who is a youth? The United Nations defines youth as anybody between the ages of 18 and 35.
35, okay.
And
it doesn't go up to 40.
No. Yes, it doesn't.
That's now, for UN calculation.
Yes.
Well, we have a calculation.
Yes, for our own national definition. Maybe we're looking at maximum of 40.
40, yeah.
But that's theoretically. Operationally, you see people now that even 50. We still see them as youth. Yahaya Bello, who is 44, is seen as youth. Somebody at the age of 49 is still seen as youth. And I want to believe, and I think my colleague here will agree with me, the Constitution of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, gives the right to everybody, whether young or old, to aspire to any elective position, provided you meet certain conditions of age, educational qualification, criminal status, health status, and few others. So there's no limitation. And I also want us to also know that there's no country in the world where it is legislated that the president of this country must be a youth. The minister must be XYZ or so. None. Having said that, we have had, you see, at times when I hear youth saying, "Oh, youth give us power," "Oh, youth," it's like, to me, I laugh. And you know why? I mean, I was a youth. At school, I was really, I had a wound here that because I was a student, activist. I mean, I was wounded and so on and so forth, but at my A levels at the university. So it is not something that I don't know. It's something that I've passed through it. So when I talk from experience.
Which is experience?
Yes, I'm talking from experience. I've been young and now I am getting old. So I have that combination of experience. We've had people here that are young in Nigeria. Rashid Badamachi was a minister in Lagos. At the age of 26, he was a commissioner. He died about 2-3 years ago. Okay? Government was 32 when he became the governor of the president of this country. Yaradua, when he was the chief of general staff under Obasanjo. How old was he? How old was Obasanjo? How old was Ibitwe and so on and so forth? How old is our present governor, Yahaya Bello? What about former governor Fayose? What about Donald Duke? What about Speaker Ladimeji Bankole? What about Salisu, the speaker? We have a lot of them over there. They have been in government as youth. What have they done?
Okay.
What impact can you say, yes, this guy was a youth, he did this, he did that, and so on and so forth? There's not, I haven't said they didn't do anything, but I have not seen any difference between them and those we classified as old.
Okay.
So to me, it's just academic exercise to say, oh, the youth must do that, oh, the youth must do that. No. Youth leadership and governance has no DNA. It doesn't matter whether you are young or old. What matters is competence.
So it's almost like if the youths have not really been performing, they're just maybe making noise.
Exactly.
So all you have to say to them.
No, I can't really agree to it that we are not performing for crying out loud.
Because we have all these examples.
Yes, that they have mentioned different people that they've not performed. What about
No, I did not say they did not perform.
Okay.
I said a lot of them did not perform exceptionally. There's no difference between the so-called youth and somebody you want to classify as old. No difference. So it's about competence. It's not about whether you are young or there's no DNA.
Of course,
there's no DNA in leadership.
Of course, definitely. Yeah. And some of the youths also have also done well in areas, different areas, aspects of life. You could hear of some youths in the US that are medical doctors that are also helping out. Nigerian youth that are helping out in the US.
Agreed.
So those are also youth. They are vast in whatever they are doing, specialized in what they are doing. I can also tell you in different areas, both engineering and agriculture also, there are youths that know what they are doing and they have competence in whatever they are doing. They are agreed to do. So there's no way I will agree. And for you telling me that because of Mr. A did not do well, that means Mr. B will not do well.
Now, you notice that in Nigeria, almost all our sectors seem to be in disarray, whether it's the economy, the power, education, health, everything seems to be in disarray. So do you think that Nigeria is not actually giving the youth an enabling environment to work and to strive?
Definitely. Like before entering the studio, we were discussing, and I said something. I said the system is not really giving the youth the opportunity, the chance to come out and how would I put it, express themselves. Some people have those leadership qualities in them. Some people are being blessed with different gifts from God. But because of this system, like they don't want you to even come out and bring your heads up and say, okay, yes, I can do this. Once they notice you can do it, to the extent they want to shut you up for you not to even come out, rather they will put their loved ones, their relations in those positions while they know that somebody else can actually factor well and do this particular thing very well. So they are not really giving the youth the opportunity to come out and how will I put it, show what God has given them to the world. They are not really giving them the chance. The system is actually killing the gift God has given to these youths. And we can't continue like this because we need change for this thing to stop. And that's why we've been clamoring for our youth to also get involved, register, participate, go to your wards, register, do this thing so that you can take these people away from that place. Because if not, they cannot come and give you power on a platter of gold. They can't give you. Even the Bible recorded the kingdom of God by violence. And only the violator will take it by force. So you cannot wait for them to give you power. You have to demand for it and get it so that we can also get positive governance in Nigeria.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. I don't know if Daddy wants to respond to that.
Yes, I would like to. You see, let me go outside the shores of Nigeria. President Obama, at the age of 44, became the president of the most powerful nation in the world. We have President Trudeau of Canada. We have Macron
of France.
And so many other places like that. In I think in Switzerland or Sweden or so, there's a young lady with the
minister. Yes.
In New
Minister
Zealand,
of Finance,
in New Zealand, the prime minister is less than 40. It's a lady. She's not even married. He has a boyfriend living. I mean, living with So I mean to tell you now, where am I going? Where I'm going is that nobody's going to give you power on the platter of gold.
Of course.
Nobody's going to say, okay, let's go and sleep. Or you guys come and take over. No. You come out with your ideas. Sell that ideas or those ideas. If those ideas are sellable, people will follow you. And one thing I want to advise the youths to do, You see, you must realize the nature of our system, the nature of our country.
Yeah.
Everything we do here just have to be autochthonous. We cannot lift democracy from either England or India or United States of America and run it exactly the way they do their own. No, our own must be autochthonous. There are things that we must put into it, our culture and stuff like that. Where am I going? Where I'm going is that you must embed yourself in the entrenched political parties and fight within that political parties, not from outside. What Kwame Nkrumah, the late Kwame Nkrumah called democratic centralism. You fight from within, not from outside. Then you cannot find your way up there. You can't form a party today and call it XYZ. Let's face it, it's not going to work in Nigeria.
Okay.
For purpose of this discussion and for today, if you go into APC or PDP, yes, you can find your way to the top. But you're going to say, oh, we use, it's not going to work. And there are so many things that are against you. I will wait, I will go into that later, but there are so many things that are against the youth that it cannot make it work the way you think it's going to work.
In fact, that's even going to be one of the questions that's, just like I asked him earlier, that the environment doesn't seem to give the youth the chance. You know? Just like you said now, you need to join this, you need to join that. We cannot pave our own path by ourselves. And it, in many ways, it even goes into this issue of godfatherism. Like you might need to get one or two persons.
Funding.
You know, in the system.
That's what I'm saying. The system.
The system already, you know.
That's what I'm saying that.
You know, now, do you think that the older generation may have actually failed in many ways, in many ramifications, to change Nigeria, to bring that needed change? Don't you think that the youths, if they pave their own way, they can actually, you know, show us a new path? Like instead of joining this party or joining that party or following the same system that doesn't seem to work, why can't the youth just be innovative, bring in a new system and then pave their own way?
If I want to be very sincere to you and to the audience, everybody has failed. Whether you are young or you are old. I mean, when we started, we've seen lorry loads of youths that have been in government, one way or the other. What have they done? They have failed. And we have the elders who are also being in government, and they also, you know, have failed. So to me, everybody, whether young or old or whatever, you know, we have all failed the nation. We have failed the nation for so many reasons. And if I want to go into one of those reasons, I left the university in 1980, first degree. First master, second master by 83, end of 83. The wristwatch that I will be putting on, the car that I will drive, the type of clothes I will put on, the guy who left university 2 years ago, that's exactly what he wants to do. That's exactly what he wants to. The shoe that I'm putting on is what he wants to wear. You know, I mean, and when they're doing that, how they start out thinking of cutting corners.
Yes, to just achieve that.
To make sure that they achieve that. They start cutting corners. Okay. That's why they will go to a politician, give them money for a particular period, and the guy gets there, the guy forgets about them.
Okay. Well, you know, we'll just take a break at that point, and we'll come right back. Thank you for viewing.
Hi, my name is Oluwadamilola Ilupeju, and I'm your host on the program Joshua Generation.
This program promises to be so enriching, wonderful, fun, and interesting.
Youth the say are the leaders of tomorrow. What do you think will happen to the next generation if these youths are not trained for tomorrow?
We are a chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence.
A particular set of people that has a demarcation. Never ever think you are a mistake.
We are a chosen generation.
The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot comprehend it. That is a legacy.
Has given me, for I know who.
Joshua and his generation saw the miracle. They walked through the Red Sea.
Whenever you introspect, there are deep desires of the heart that you wish you could do.
When
There are lots of distractions for young people around the world right now. If you don't engage them in the church, if you don't support their talent, nature abhors vacuum.
I am believing God that the Lord will move again, once again, in our time and in our generation, and our eyes shall see it.
Welcome back, our dear viewers. This is Crossfire, and we have been treating the next Nigerian president. Are the youths ready to lead? Of course, just before we went on the break, our dear father and elderly political analyst, Arakunri Femi Adefemiwa, has been saying that, well, the youth don't seem to give their best. They don't seem to have anything so outstanding, especially the previous ones who have served in different positions of leadership. While our dear brother, Comrade Virgins, has been saying, well, the environment doesn't seem to be enabling for the youth to perform. So, you're welcome back. Let me come back to you now, Mr. Virgins. If the youths actually take over as a president, let's say a youth leads or wins the election as a president, don't you think that being a young person, being a youth, he might actually abuse the office, you know, because now he's commander-in-chief and all that? Do you think a youth will really have what it takes? What does he have to offer to our nation, Nigeria, as the president?
Okay, fine. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that a youth must be the president, but I feel we can do better,
of course,
if given the opportunity to rule. For crying out loud, I've made instances, because while doing all these things, you make instance within what is applicable, like experiences, what you have done. Yes, we might say, okay, by doing it in a smaller community, you can't compare it to some extent by governance, the reality like governance, like in Nigeria per se. But then, when you look at the real sense of you trying to organize and do things in the smaller way or community that you've done in time past, for crying out loud, nothing stops you from getting to that office and do more better than that place you are coming from. I'm making instance to myself there when I was a unionist. For crying out loud, we led and we brought out good dividends for the student community. So what is stopping me for not participating well in these places? For crying out loud, we are watching people who've made research of great leaders, competent leaders. We're not just talking about the youth per se to be a president. Yes, amongst us, we have
strategic positions.
Of course, positions that you know that if they are here, we'll do it better in a digital way than the way these our president or our octogenarian people are doing government with us. For crying out loud, we can do better than them. I must confess, I must tell you the truth, and try it and say, come 2023, if you want to place a bet, try it. Assuming a competent youth is being elected, you will see the difference from what the current president is actually giving out to Nigerians now.
The many of the people who seem to have been vying for that office don't seem to start from somewhere. They just appeared out of nowhere and wanted to, take over leadership. Don't you think that many of those ones who are already in the system, maybe they are not really striving hard to get to the top?
No, I don't think they are not striving now. I must still say that they are not giving them the chance to even come out, to even bring up their head. They are trying to suppress them. Yes, that word oppression has been intense in the Nigerian system. That's why this book, the 48 Laws of Powers, is a very, very important book in the life of any Nigerian youth that wants to venture into politics. That book will also open your eyes why the Nigerian politicians are doing what they are doing. 48 Laws of Power. Go and read that book. I will tell you some of the laws there will tell you why these politicians don't. He said, I think law 13 or thereabout will make you understand that don't always give them everything they want at once. Always give them little so that they will come back and ask for more. That book is very powerful. When you read that book, you understand that these men, they've really gone through this book and they are applying what they saw in that book towards Nigerians. And I wonder why they will be doing that. They don't want to give this youth that chance, that level playing ground for them to also excel in whatever thing that they are doing. So they are really taking note of that book. All these politicians, I know.
So, maybe you want to respond to that. It seems, yes, this power is there, But the elderly ones, the older ones, don't want to let go of the past.
At all.
It's not as if the young ones are not actually working. It's not as if they're not actually doing their best. But the environment, they just seem to shut them up.
You see, I don't agree.
Okay.
And I will tell you why. I don't agree because I said it earlier on. Power is not given on a platter of gold. It's not. Anywhere in the world. Whether in the medieval times, whether now, contemporary time, it's not done that way. So if you are a youth and you want something done, there are ways to go about it. We have examples. Examples are banned all over the world. I mentioned about 3 or 4, people that led or are leading very powerful nations. Obama never had anybody. People just saw him. He went to Democratic convention and he spoke. And everybody said, man, this is it. Macron did something like that, and that is it. So if you are here and you believe as a youth that you can do that, for goodness sake, come out, let you be identified. Even a lot of the so-called old men will pick you out. Like, there's a gentleman at the Senate, Abaribe. I wouldn't call him a youth, but I wouldn't also call him an old man. If Abaribe comes out today to contest the president of this country, I will be number 1 to vote for him. That is me, and there are a lot of people like that. When you have your stuff and people believe in you, and we know you know what you are talking about, people will come and
don't
vote
you
for
think
you.
that in our Nigerian system, it's
Yes.
actually money that talks? It's
Yes,
money
it is important.
Yes, sir.
Money is important anywhere in the world. There is no.
It is, but the way it seems to be working in Nigeria, it's of course through
Yes,
corruption. If you don't settle some people
along the line, fine. And that was why I said earlier on that it will be easier. Let's be practical this time around. Forget about theories. Let's be practical. A young man that will become anything in this country must go through the system. And that's why I said, don't just come out and say, youth political wing, whatever. It's not going to work. Go through the entrenched political parties and come out from there. Even within those places, you will see what the Yoruba will call our Fobaje. That is, what's it called in English now? Like the Jews in America. They hardly come out to contest anything. But there is nobody that will become president in America that will not have the support of the. So, if the youth in Nigeria are in that mode, and they come through the system, for goodness sake, not all of us are politicians. I used to have a friend who was a governor. He invited me to politics, and I said, so, I'm going to be a bad a bad politician. Because to me, a white is a white and a red is a red. You won't tell me to say, oh, this is green, and you say, can't I see that it is blue? I'm not going to do that. And there are so many Nigerians that are in that mood. So let the youth go through the system. It's not about going to social media and making noise all over the place. It doesn't work that way. Ganiva, he wanted to become the president. He was so popular. How many votes did he score? What about Tedele Momodu? How many votes did he score? We have a lot of them like that. It's much more than just coming out and jumping up and putting, say, a luta continua. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, sir.
Okay. Sometimes it gives results. A luta gives results, sir.
Now, of course, Nigeria is known to be corrupt, comrade. Do you think that our fathers actually, of course, those ones who have gone ahead, do you think that those ones have actually failed us? And what can the youths do now to change this corrupt system? He's talking about going through the system and doing all of these things. And of course, sometimes that means, having a godfather, having people that you need to settle along the way. Do you think the youth can actually change that system and bring out something positive? Something
of course.
Fresh? Yes.
Of course, definitely we can do it. Okay. We've done it before. And we can still do it again, sir.
Okay.
Now,
what did you do before?
We've been doing it before. No, we've been doing it before. We've been occupying some little offices they gave us. So those minor ones that they feel, okay, that's the only place we can excel in. But we've been doing those things and we are doing them well. For crying out, we've been doing them.
Okay. But we've had youth that have occupied, top-notch positions in this country. What is different about them?
That is not generally acceptable. You can't just put that to because of just one person.
I mentioned almost 10 of them here.
You mentioned
as president, as speakers, as governors.
Yes, out of 100. Out of 100, you mentioned.
What have they done? What specifically have they done that an old man has not done?
No, you might feel they've not done much.
Not me. Everybody knows.
Yeah, no, not just you. You might feel they've not done much, sir. But people, when you ask other persons, they will tell you during Jumeji Bankole, these are the bills that was passed in his tenure. These are what he has done. These are what he achieved. Go to his community, go to his constituency. You will hear people testify positive things about him. You're just saying it from your own view, sir. So you can't just make us understand or accept it that the Jumeji Bankole did not do well. In as much I know I'm not his fan, but then as a young person, I have to tell you that he has done his part and he tried and he has done well.
He fell out. I mean, I'm not going to go into details about this, but I know there's still something that is seriously hanging on him. Something hanging on him. He's not asking, what happened to this money? And what happened in that way, and so on and so forth.
It is Nigeria, Daddy. It is Nigeria. It's the system. No. The system will want to indict you one or two things. They've done it to several people that will know that. They've done it to different people that will know that, okay, this is the only way to bring you down. Yes. Do you understand?
Like somebody who was a chicken farmer and he had 10,000 chicken, and Obasanjo went there, and there was not even the faces of chicken was seen. And he is a youth.
Okay. There's no way I will accept that because exactly. 100 by far we are more how will I put it, digitally exposed now in doing things than the way the current president is doing it.
I agree with you that the older person,
yes,
the older person has the penchant of sticking to what he knows how to do. Mm-hmm. The youths are amenable. Oh yeah, let's try this. Oh, let's do this. Let's do that.
Now you are talking.
No, I don't have any problem with that. But what I'm saying is that, you see, it is not enough for the Nigerian youth to start saying, legislate, give us power, put us in this position, do this. It's never done anywhere in the world. It is not done. Okay. You must fight for it.
Yes, sir. We are doing that, sir. We are doing that. We are getting ready. We'll be sensitizing our youth to get involved, get their PVC. What else are we going to do? We are there fully. Are you going to tell me now, me at my age, I worked for Buhari then.
I can assure you.
I campaigned for him and I mobilized for him then, 2014.
Comrade.
Now, in the second election, I worked for His Excellency Atiku Abubakar in 2019 election. Are you going to tell me when you put me in such position, I don't know the nitty-gritty of politics?
Comrade, I can assure you that. Come 2023, if we are still together as a country, it's either APC or PDP.
No, of course.
Take it from that.
Yeah, we know. So that's what we are saying about the same system.
Now that was telling you that you must work. It has to be autochthonous. Work through the system. Democratic centralism. Work through the system where the system will now, when the system notices you, then you are up there. All you have to do is for the system to notice that, you can get this one done. Even in our organizations, you might have somebody who has 2-3 masters, and you have somebody who has just an OND. You probably will entrust the man with an OND much more, responsibility than the man who has, because you pick them up. This guy is very competent. He can do this. It's about competence. It's not, like I said, I will say 100 times. There is no DNA in leadership. Whether you are young or old, no DNA.
I align partially with it when I said that I'm not just saying a youth must be president. Okay. I don't know, maybe you heard me. Yes, that was what I said. Because we still have some of our youths that have these qualities, positive qualities for leadership.
Absolutely.
Yes. I agree. So you can't just because of 1, 2, 3 persons you just wave other people that have this zeal, passion for good governance.
For those ones that are good, that's why I said they should excel, they should come out, they should be seen, sell your ideas, let people pick you out.
We are coming out, Daddy. They're not giving us the chance. They're not giving us the chance. I'm telling you, they're not giving us the chance. The same system, the structures now presently in Nigeria is not even giving us that level playing ground for us to even strive politically.
But you know, at the presidency,
but we are trying.
At the presidency, very young individuals. Like the guy who used to work for channels. What's his name now?
Lasisi.
No. I think it's half caste or something. You know the guy. Yes.
Angelo Ngelali.
Something like that.
The yellow guy, the essay to the vice president.
He's so vibrant over there. He's a young man. Yes, sir. I'm sure he's probably 40 something or so.
Yeah.
Very, very vibrant. And there are so many people there at the presidency that are very vibrant. That guy has been noticed. That is what I'm saying. Let the youth come out. Let individual youth here and there come out and be noticed. Look at I'm not a politician and I don't belong to any political party. Look at our Tinubu in Lagos. Tinubu doesn't care where you come from. He doesn't care how old are you or whether you are young.
As long as you prove yourself.
Once you prove yourself, the guy will identify you From nowhere, we pick you up and put you up there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Those are just very exceptional few among
that can do that.
Among our
in short, among the 100, these are just 1, 2 that can do that. How many of them want a youth to come out successfully in politics?
They will put their children there.
You put their children. That is so you know these things. You know now. That is it.
Now, sir, let me ask you this. Of course, we're talking about this same system that doesn't seem to be working.
Yeah.
What if you can mention maybe a few things? What are the specific things that doesn't give the youths the opportunity to serve in leadership position, especially the presidency in Nigeria? What are the limiting factors that we see in Nigeria now?
The first thing I would say is about funding.
Funding, yes, sir.
Which is not peculiar to Nigeria. You need a lot of money to do that.
Yeah.
And the system we run in the country. If we are running a system like the United Kingdom, a parliamentary system of government, where the Prime Minister doesn't go out to campaign all over the place. He campaigns just his own constituency. His party picks him and say, you are the leader. He becomes, the cost of bidding for the leadership will actually go down. And that's why I belong to a group. And the group is, we are saying, let us put away presidential system of government. Let's go back to the British system of government, so that the cost of running the government, the cost of electioneering, everything will go down. That's number one. Number two, the problem of the youth is the youth themselves. When all you have to do, bring some 2-3 million, give it to some people, they will go out, maim, do the smoke igbo, smoke whatever, and shout, give them guns and cutlasses to harass people as thugs. By the time the guy gets there, the guy forgets about them. That's true. Nobody wants to. That's the second one. And the third one is the system. The third one is systemic. Yes. We must know this is a Nigerian system. It has to be autochthonous. We must be able to, to adapt to it. So, sir, go through the system, prove yourself, show your competence, then the system will notice you.
Okay. Comrade, maybe you have something to say and you can also add, what can the youths actually do to prove themselves that they can actually serve even as a president in Nigeria?
Martin Luther King Jr. once said that I have a dream that one day the color of my children will not be a criteria.
Absolutely.
But what will matter is the content of their character.
Yes.
By this, that dream is coming to fulfillment soon. Because I know as a youth and as a young person, we are prepared. I might not tell you that 100% or all the old youth are prepared or getting ready to position themselves for leadership or for governance. Okay. But I know that 60% of the youth within the age bracket in this country are ready to occupy offices. Go to some of these state government, you find out that some of the essays, aides, and the rest, they are youth. We thank the current governors, Seyi Makinde, Dakbo Abiodu. I have a friend, some of their essays on youth and students, they are young persons, and I must acknowledge and elogize them for what they are doing there. So, in the general note, I want to say this, that we are pleading and we oblige we are pleading. No, of course, definitely, because sometimes you can't just take everything with forcefully. I mean to say, you have to plead, come to the negotiation table. But then if it's not working, we can now do the other way.
That is going through the system.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, of course, but we'll come negotiate with them. Of course, we are in the system. We are at least we are being part of it. Like I said before, I was part of 2014, 2019. So for me, I know it's not new to me again. I have several comrades like that are into the system, that have participated in several elections, electioneering period. The 2023 election is also coming now, and we are preparing for it. We've gotten our PVC. I've gotten my PVC. I've also started preaching the gospel of them registering in the award level, because what politics is local. Yes. You have to go to the world and also show yourself. Best way you can show yourself to them and tell them that yes, I can do this thing, so they will recognize you there for you to be able to also come out.
And they should emphasize stomach infrastructure.
Yeah, definitely. That's why we are coming to change it, because the system is making them see it as if that is what they are there for. I do tell them, I said, no, that is not why you are there. You have to give the people the dividends of democracy. You have to make them understand that no, this is not why this is not why they are being elected into all these positions. So time ago, some persons would tell me, you go become a governor. Sorry, you become governor, president. I told them, no, I don't want to be in any executive office. The peak of my career is to be in the legislative arm of governance. That is to make you understand that you have to go there and make your institution stronger. Once we have strong institution, everything will be in place. I'm not vying for the position, but tell me that I should be a member of the legislative arm of governance, whether state level or federal level. And I'll be your friend, and you'll see things will work out perfectly well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Comrade, thank you so much. Arakore Femi, well, thank you so much for your contributions and for shedding light on this very important topic. We hope that we'll surely see the day when the younger ones can
sorry, just one thing.
We actually need to round up now, because the time is up. Thank you so much.
Our time is up?
Yes, our time is up. We hope maybe another time we can still discuss further on this topic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it loud and clear. The youths are not too young to run for any leadership position, including the presidency. However, is Nigeria ripe for a commander-in-chief? Nigeria is a blessed land with vast opportunities for everyone, but it's also bewildered with so many problems. So it is time for both young and old to contribute their quotas. It is only together that we can make Nigeria great again. So we thank you, our dear viewers, for being there with us. Please send in your comments and feedback on any of our social media platforms or through the numbers flowing through the screen right now. Until next time, stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you and goodbye.
Bye.